This is Anna. She was born in 1900 in a small American town into a world where women were seen but rarely heard. She couldn't vote, she couldn't own property if she married, she couldn't attend most colleges or pursue the careers she may have dreamed of. But over the next 94 years, Anna would witness and live through a revolution. In 1920, Anna turned 20. That year, the 19th Amendment was ratified, granting women the right to vote, the result of nearly a century of tireless activism. The presidential candidates, Warren G. Harding and James Cox, even tailored parts of their campaigns to women's issues, like social welfare. Despite ongoing voter suppression in parts of the country, Anna proudly cast her ballot for the first time. She was no longer invisible in democracy. By the time the Great Depression struck, Anna was in her early 30s. Jobs were scarce, and she stayed home tending to her small children. But in 1941, when the US entered World War II, everything changed. With her husband deployed, Anna, at 41 years old, stepped into the workforce for the first time. She worked as a clerk in her father-in-law's office while her children went off to school. Anna took pride in contributing to her family's income and enjoyed connecting with a diverse mix of people in the workplace. Even though she returned to domestic life after the war, she never forgot the feeling of earning a wage and having a public role. Anna spent much of her life watching friends, daughters, and colleagues work harder for less, often earning just 60% of what men made for the same job. Promotions were few, opportunities limited. Then, in 1963, when Anna was 63 years old, the Equal Pay Act was passed. It wasn't the first time equal pay legislation had been attempted, but it was the first to be signed into law. This was one of the first national laws to address gender-based discrimination. Just a year later, in 1964, the Civil Rights Act outlawed workplace discrimination based on sex. Now, employers couldn't legally deny a woman a job or a promotion just because she was female. As a grandmother in the 1970s, Anna watched a new world open for her granddaughters, one she'd only dreamed of. In 1972, when Anna turned 72, Title IX was passed. It banned sex-based discrimination in education. Now, her granddaughters could study science, play soccer, and earn scholarships, without ever hearing, "That's not for girls." Then, in 1973, the landmark Roe v. Wade decision affirmed a woman's right to make decisions about her own body and health. Anna had seen the pain of illegal, unsafe procedures. Now, women could make personal medical decisions with privacy and dignity. In 1974, Anna's husband passed away. At 74 years old, she wanted to move closer to her daughter. For the first time in her life, she applied for a home loan in her own name. Thanks to the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, she no longer needed a man to co-sign. She could buy property, start a business, open a bank account, all on her own. In 1978, the Pregnancy Discrimination Act was passed, making it illegal to fire a woman simply for being pregnant. Anna knew how many women had lost jobs or been passed over just for planning a family. Now, her daughter and granddaughters didn't have to choose between motherhood and a career. At 93 years old, Anna witnessed one more meaningful shift. The Family and Medical Leave Act was passed in 1993. It allowed workers to take unpaid, job-protected leave to care for a newborn, a spouse, or even an aging parent like her. Now, her children could be by her side in moments that mattered, without risking their jobs. For Anna, it meant she could be cared for with dignity and respect. Anna lived 94 years. She was born into a world where women were denied the vote, the wage, the voice. And she died in a country transformed, where women led classrooms, boardrooms, courtrooms, and homes. Rights are not guaranteed forever. They are earned, defended, challenged, and sometimes reversed. In recent years, Decisions like the reversal of Roe v. Wade have shown how laws and the rights they protect can change. That's why it's more important than ever to be informed, to ask questions, and to participate. History doesn't just happen in textbooks. It happens in real time, in the choices we make, the voices we raise, and the values we stand for. Whether you're voting, learning, speaking up, or simply listening, you are helping shape the future that the next generation will one day inherit. Thanks for watching. Stories that impact women have shaped history, yet have been largely ignored. We're here to tell them loud and clear. Subscribe for more untold stories, surprising facts, and historical game changers you won't find in your history books. See you in the next chapter.